It's Friday, it's been an absolutely insane week, it's great to see you, and it's time once again for YouTuber news. Take it away, me. Thanks, me. JackSepticEye had a $200,000 response to Logan Paul and his various nonsense. Net neutrality might still be saved, and I'll explain how. Shane Dawson has had to take to YouTube to defend himself against accusations that he's a paedophile, and it's the 2018 return of Dan Howatch. All this, plus I'll be fired out of a cannon directly into a brick wall on this week's edition of YouTuber News, the video news service from WeTheUnicorns.com, a website your dad has never heard of. Our first story, Logan Paul. Bet that's a name you're sick of hearing. Yes, Logan Paul, as I'm sure you're aware, just did a bunch of horrible stuff at the beginning of this year. We made a whole video about it last week, so if you're out of the loop, you can get caught up there. That video, incidentally, has now been demonetized by YouTube, so good to see they've got their priorities in order. Video of Logan Paul showing a dead body, not demonetized. Video of me talking about it, immediately demonetized. Keep up the good work, guys. You're killing it. Mwah. JackSepticEye was one of the many YouTubers who was disgusted by Logan's infamous suicide forest video, but instead of just doing a rant about it or posting an angry tweet, he decided to act and put his money where his mouth is. When I say money, I mean a hell of a lot of money. Jack set up a charity livestream, which is incidentally something he does quite often. This wasn't a one-off. Jack is a very famously generous guy when it comes to charity, but he set up a live stream to raise money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and he managed to raise $200,000 in about 8 hours. And that was just the initial run of donations. The option to donate is still active, so since then he's managed to raise an additional $25,000 for this American suicide charity. Just amazing work from a genuinely really productive and good YouTuber. As the news cycle swells with stories of just really bad YouTubers, it is nice to remind ourselves that there are bright sparks out there like JackSepticEye who are using that platform in really great productive ways. Good on you, Jack. You know, I was thinking of maybe doing a charity live stream for YouTuber News, yeah. But what I was thinking was, camera's turned off, yeah? Okay, cool. What I was thinking was, when we get all the money, right, instead of giving it to like a charity, we could give it all to me so that I could have it, and then it would be mine. You don't like that idea? But I don't think you understand. I would have a lot of money. They would give it to me. No, they'd think it was going to charity. It's sort of a trick, a crime, if you will. All right, well, think it over. I'll talk later. Cool. You're not getting any of that, right? Our second story, net neutrality might be saved. Good news, but it's going to require the American Democrats and Republicans to work together. The bad news, because that seems unlikely. For those of you who are instantly turned off by the phrase net neutrality because it's such a boring sounding phrase, I understand. However, it's an extremely important issue and one that I have explained on previous episodes of YouTuber News. If you want a full rundown, I did a little quick and dirty explainer on what net neutrality is and why it matters in a previous episode. I'll link that down below. Or I'll annotate it if YouTube annotations are still a thing. Maybe they are, I can't really keep up. Regardless, a bill to reverse the decision by the FCC, which is the American commission that's trying to get rid of net neutrality, a bill to reverse it has received enough co-sponsors in the American government to mean that it can now be voted on. And if it gets enough votes, then all of the decisions made by the FCC will be reversed. Now, this may not happen because the Republicans are in control of the House and Senate, and the Republicans, in theory, are in support of these FCC net neutrality rules because President Trump is, and it's sort of the official line. However, when polled, the majority of people, be they Democrats, Republicans, no one likes these new rules. Everyone wants net neutrality. It's one of the most unpopular governmental decisions, possibly in history. So there is a chance the Republicans might break with the president and vote to save net neutrality. We can only hope. If you're American, this would be a good time to bother your local senator. Give them a call, send them an email, ask them to please save net neutrality. And if you're not American, you know, just sit back and relax, you know, because there's nothing we can do. Just leave it to the Americans. They got it. When have Americans ever made a bad decision? Friggin' political comedy on YouTuber News. Hey, oh, easy, come on. If you can't laugh at yourself, how can anybody else expect to laugh at you? Hey, come on now. Politics. I'm Stephen Colbert for this. Our third story. Now, 2018 has only been around for a few weeks and has already had possibly the most insane YouTuber story of all time, the Logan Paul drama, but that has somehow been topped by the latest Shane Paul? Oh God. Oh man, I've been spending too much time reading about YouTubers. Shane Paul. But that has been topped by the latest Shane Dawson scandal, drama, I don't even know what you call this. None of it's good. A video from an otherwise seemingly innocuous YouTube account, which I think originally on Reddit, appeared, which accused Shane Dawson head-on of being a paedophile. It took various sound clips from his podcast, little clips kind of taken out of context. It offered really strange evidence, like the fact that his boyfriend apparently has a young-looking face. His boyfriend is a grown man. It just amassed all this very strange, what they called proof, that Shane is apparently a paedophile, forcing Shane to have to go onto YouTube and say, quote, "I am not a effing paedophile." That video and the channel it was posted on have now been deleted. Shane is also currently at odds with Twitter because Twitter inexplicably decided to create a Twitter moment, which is their sort of little news function, based around just baseless accusations that he is responsible for pretty much one of the worst crimes imaginable. Very irresponsible of Twitter. Now seems like a perfect time to introduce a brand new segment I've been working on called I Can't Believe I Have to Say This Out Loud.
Non più tra I farfalloni amoroso, notte giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a dolcino d'amor.
Hi, welcome to I Can't Believe I Have to Say This Out Loud. Don't accuse people of being a paedophile when they're not a paedophile. Don't do that. The only time when you should accuse someone of being a paedophile is when they're a paedophile. I can't believe I need to say that out loud. This has been I Can't Believe I Need to Say That Out Loud. So definitely one of the most perplexing news stories of the year. The year consisting of mere days and weeks. If 2016 was the year of being depressed and 2017 was the year of being enraged, 2018 is just absolute randomness. It's like someone has got a big bowl and just filled it with random names and sentences and just gone like, okay, Logan Paul goes to Japan, okay, Japan, and he films a vlog, seems on brand, in, oh, this would be like the fish market, famous suicide forest. You know, I don't think I want to play this game anymore. Just an absolutely baffling year. Happy New Year! Well, you know what's not depressing? And that's everybody's favourite segment. It's time for Dan How Watch. Hi, welcome to Dan How Watch. I'm Christ Macklin. What's Dan been up to this week? Well, Dan had a wonderful Christmas and New Year's, as I'm sure you'll be very happy to hear. Unfortunately though, he did get into a little bit of a sticky situation on old NYE. You see, he was out in the garden with Phil and a couple of his YouTuber friends, and they were setting off fireworks, as people want to do on New Year's. Well anyway, one of Dan's very long, he wears those very long sort of sweater jumper things that just kind of go right over his hand and you just kind of envelop him. Anyway, that got snagged on a Catherine wheel, which is a spinny firework, sent him spinning around in a circle. He then stumbled backwards into a large firework which fired him 400 feet into the sky. It then exploded, sending him flying across this way until he landed in Wales. And then Dan had to trek back all the way to his house from Wales, but luckily his Marines training, Dan was in the Marines, helped him get through the way. He did kill a few sheep for survival, but in the end he made it. And he's working on some brand new content for all you boys and girls. This has been Dan How Watch. Really good. We've been trying to make Dan How Watch more believable this year, and that really did seem like a real story. Well, now it's time for our question of the week. Some lovely question of the week fan art there. Yep, we're keeping the fan art from last week. I enjoyed it so much, it gets to stay. Last week I asked you a serious question of the week about Logan Paul and what you think should be done about him, and you guys gave some fantastic and varied responses. Well, when I say varied, I mean some of you wrote a very incisive paragraph about the actions YouTube should take, and some of you said, hate you, Logang for life. So, you know, a mixed bag, shall we say. Now it's time for this week's question of the week, and we're going to go on a bit of a theme with one of the stories from this week's episode, the JackSepticEye's story. The question is this: what is the nicest thing or just the kindest, best thing you've ever seen a YouTuber do. It could be something they did on their channel, it could be something you saw them do in person, perhaps at a meet and greet or at a convention. It could be something they said. It could be a Twitter reply, it could be anything. What is the nicest thing you've seen a YouTuber do? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm genuinely very interested to read them. Isn't that nice? I'm Benedict Townsend, this is YouTuber News. I want to thank you for watching, and I want to thank you for everyone who watched last week. That was our most watched episode ever, and that's amazing. Thank you very much. Can I ask you a quick favour? If you enjoyed this week's episode, please could you hit like? That does genuinely help us behind the scenes with the old algorithms and whatnot. So if you like the episode, if you want to support the show, please hit like. It does mean a lot. And don't forget, the best way to get YouTuber News, get it delivered straight to your sub box straight away, is to hit subscribe, and you get those episodes delivered straight to you at the speed of, well, not lightning, but whatever the speed the YouTube sub box operates at. It's like a speed where sometimes it's fast and sometimes it doesn't do it at all. So just like, it's a fun dice roll, why not take it? I'll be back next week with all the latest YouTuber stories, all of them probably horrific. It is 2018 after all. In fact, here's a quick preview of some of the stories I think I'm going to be reporting on next week. Jake Paul's going to flood a zoo. Phil Lester's going to be under scrutiny for starting a coup in Paraguay, although that one is true. And Thomas Anders is going to spook a horse. You may laugh, but wait till next week. It's probably going to be that, if not worse. Thanks for watching. I'll see you then. Have a great weekend. And don't forget, goodbye.